Hello, my name is Sam Cepeda, and this is my project on water restoration in the Southwest. To start off, the Southwest of the United States is home to many vital natural resources that must be maintained and conserved to ensure availability of these resources for further generations. However, there's been a looming threat in the Southwest states, prolonged drought, and the draining of natural freshwater at a rapid pace that's causing many homes and restaurants to lose their ability to provide water. The conflicting ideals of environmentalists and economists in this situation, however, is creating a rift between the people of the Southwest and the governing bodies of America on how to address this depletion of the world's most vital resource. Agriculture is the largest water user and consumes over 70% of the abstracted freshwater globally. States like New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah are home to much of America's wide open pastures and a variety of crops like cantaloupe, peppers, and cotton. However, this region of the U.S. is more dependent on access to freshwater than anywhere else. Surprisingly, this region is also prone to some of the most abuse done by bottling companies like Dasani and Aquafina, as aquifer levels have been declining steadily since the early 2000s. So until relatively recently, the Southwest has actually been in a wetland state, and in the last 100 years, it's diminished significantly. The chart on the top shows temperatures in the Southwest warming more often than cooling, which is a sign of climate change. And inversely, freshwater levels are on a decline more than ever. Similarly, the bottom graph shows the climate change has negatively impacted the cost of water, irrigation equipment, and both surface and groundwater shortages. Federal intervention on this topic would positively affect the quality of living for people in the Southwest tremendously by allowing less restrictive access to clean water sources, more locations for agriculture use, and lower water bills. In the Southwest, customers significantly increase their outdoor water use in an effort to protect their landscape, especially in drought, which is a problem for water conservation. The geology and hydrogeology of the Southwest is also fairly unique in the U.S. compared to other states. Research into the sandstone and karst morphology of somewhere like New Mexico could have major impacts on third world countries that have similar geology but even less access to clean water. Although this seems like a relatively cut and dry case for supporting water resources, there are lots of opponents to this topic. Environmentalists want to come up with policies that mitigate the usage of dams in the West, but the dammed lakes are home to countless numbers of businesses and homes that depend on the lakes for seasonal year-round support financially. So cornucopians say it is unrealistic to try and solve these water quantity issues, as it would be massively devastating to local natural resource economies, national parks, and extremely costly to local businesses and research companies. And with the amount of bottling companies taking up groundwater in the region, the attempt from environmentalists to reduce this water bottle usage could result in a severe loss of jobs in the region, as Aquafina and Dasani both have lots of factories in the Southwest. And a lot of the reasons environmental policy is thrown out is because it is not a national emergency, it's just regional. So to many other states, water usage and conservation is no problem at all. They have plenty of freshwater lakes, high precipitation, and much more porous soils. Though the Clean Water Act was first introduced in 1972, there have been many adjustments that have prolonged the national acceptance of the bill and affected many water companies' look on how they manage their water resources and the quality of those resources. The prolonged nature of environmental policy is why a new form of conservation legislature could take years, but people are thirsty now. As someone born in New Mexico and studying natural resources and environmental science at school, this topic is extremely important to me because it affects not only the environment but also the people of the Southwest. If this situation were in my hands, I would side with conservationists, working with researchers, professors, and engineers from schools like the University of Arizona and UNM, who specialize in water resource management to come up with a way to bring freshwater back to the West. Whether that be by removing bottling companies from the region as a whole, or something new like desalination of water. From the perspective of someone living through heavy discussion on climate change, there are significantly more reasons to support this research than oppose, in my opinion. Although working through environmental policy can seem daunting, there is no other way to research innovative solutions for this problem without money, that which the government can provide if there's enough scientific evidence to back your claims. This topic exemplifies the power struggle between environmentalists and cornucopians that we've seen throughout environmental policy and their idea of a better future. But there will be no future to protect without clean water.